Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective, and we are down to the 2-hour sprint to the finish on Operation Border Command. I will be spending the last 2 hours doing a screen share of my friend over there at American Joe. I unfortunately was not able to cast the entire event because of a technical issue with the host, and for the next 2 hours, I will be doing a screen share. I'll be doing a little commentary, and we will be finishing up this 27-hour sprint, and hopefully cresting the goal of 20,000 for this event. We are approximately at 13,300 and some, I think. But we're getting close. So right now we are just finishing up with Joy Villa. She did an outstanding interview. Hello, Fred, Conservative Patriot, Rebel Jack. You guys, good to see you. Yep, getting ready to bring up the image and rock and roll the last 2 hours of this real awesome event. 27 hours, 27 and a half hours, actually, of incredible content by some amazing YouTube creators. And, you know, it's just been an honor to be a part of it. It's something so massive. It's the first real major event with a collaboration of just incredible YouTube creators, a bunch of patriots getting together, showing our strength, our force. When we put something together, I mean, it really can get done. If people get together, things can happen. Hey, Pete, good to see you, buddy. Anyway, I'm waiting for the promo to finish up here, and then I'll be bringing up the screen share, and we'll enjoy the last, I guess we're going to have 4 more guests in 2 more hours, and we'll enjoy listening to them together and finish up this incredible event. But so anyway, so you guys, glad you came over here to say hey to me. I really wish I could have been part of the 27-hour broadcast, but boy, I tell you what, I've got to keep my reputation of the glitchiest YouTube channel on the net, because you know it's a reputation. It takes a lot of chutzpah to keep going, and I'm holding my own. I'm out of 60 potential channels, or somewhere in excess of 50 anyway. Mine was the only one that showed on hold on the entire board, so it's truly amazing. Harmony, good to see you. Watching American Joe talk about his security system, and as soon as we come back up with another guest, I will be cranking us up. Dustin's mic is hot as a firecracker, so I got to apologize in advance when I set my volume. If I don't catch it before he jumps on, liable to knock your computers off the table and crack windows in your living room, but I'll do my best to stay on top of that. But anyway, so without any further ado or don't, I'm going to try and set my volume, and I will be conservative company, built by conservatives for conservatives. But I am. There we are. 2 hours of streaming a cast, or screen sharing, or enjoying the final tail end of the event. And there's still time to donate too, folks, because you know, we're not at the goal yet. It's getting close, but they need, out of this 27-hour event, you know, the goal was 20 grand. It's this event going on, the 2,000-mile trip along the border, 20 days. That's going to cost an awful lot of money. The satellite uplink, I believe he said early in the evening, I believe he said something about $10,000 just for the satellite uplink, so that they can have streaming capability throughout the entire event. So these things do cost money, and you know, with your donations, it'll help make an incredible event. It'll expose the real truth about what's going on at our border, and believe me, some of that truth is going to hurt people when they see it. And I know that's not the goal of our friends over there, American Joe and Douglas Ducote. They don't want to hurt people, but some of the stuff that they're going to find out is going to sting a little bit. And you know, it's just something we got to deal with. I think we as patriots are probably prepared for some of the things because we've been kind of let in on some information that happens. But there's going to be a lot of people that would potentially see this event and be kind of shocked about what they see. So, as you rang your bell, conservative patriot, rang your bell, Harmony. Hope you didn't ring it too loud because that can hurt the ears, you know. Exposing border truth. Operation Border Command. BorderCommand.com.
Imaginary line out there between right and wrong, good and evil. I believe what I'm doing is good, and what I'm standing up against is evil. And
Amen.
the cartels, they're the ones terrorizing their own country, and now they're starting to do it over here. Why do they wear coffee? Because it hides your tracks. I mean, I've come across a Ecuadorian girl about a year ago. It's here. I was swelled, blackened. She had dried blood, had a busted lip and shit. I asked her what to put on, and she goes, "We came across last night." She said, "It took me 6 months to get from Ecuador to the border." She came across the night before with 23 others. And when they lay down to sleep, that's when they gang basically.
If you would like power, how do you think the situation should be handled?
Well, first step is I move border control all down to the border. Then start going through and finding every gang banger, drug dealer, rapist, pedophile, and everything else, and boot them out of the country.
Absolutely.
Once you got those done, then you start going after the visa overstays. Then you start trying to figure out who wants to be a citizen and who wants to be a productive member, not just somebody who wants free everything.
So you don't have a lot of
love or sympathy?
No, I wasn't going to say that.
Well, I would. Fuck 'em. Like the Syrians
That's pretty point blank.
and Iraqis and everything else that is invading all of Europe. I'm a fucking man. That's my country. Why am I going to run away and leave my women behind?
That is an incredibly good question.
Fight for what is mine and what I believe in.
Like we would do as Americans.
You're all fighting age men. Fight. That's what I'm doing. I'm fighting for what I believe in, what I love.
What is it that you love?
I love my country.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Foley of the Arizona Border Recon.
Sorry about that volume.
Tim, how are you?
What's up, Doug? I haven't seen you in a little over a year.
It's been about a year.
I'm going to open this up so you guys can enjoy this whole interview. Oh, you know what? I bet that's it.
I tell them, you need to put me in charge of border patrol.
That do the trick.
Yeah. As far everything I know about you, and that's from just the build up towards last year, the Mar event, and then meeting you in person and talking to you, and everything since then. My personal opinion is you are like the expert on what the hell is going on down there, more so than anyone else that I can think of. I mean, there is no one else that has the experience, the firsthand knowledge of not only the horrors,
Okay, thank you.
but also
Sorry, that was
the
probably loud.
good deeds that are done by members of law enforcement and members of your group, the rescues, just the whole gamut is covered by what you've experienced through these years. And what have you been down there for? What, over 10 years now?
He's a force of one.
We're in 10 years, and basically what got me into this was I was in construction up in Phoenix, and I was building high-rises and running a 150-man crews. And so once a week we get together with the foreman for a safety meeting, and I'd ask him, how many guys are you missing? I'm missing 3, I'm missing 4, I'm missing 5. Well, and I was like, well, what happened? E-Verify caught it. I said, oh, all right. So I'd have to call the union hall and get some more people out there because, we get a 1 week per floor build on a high rise.
Yep.
And I get more guys out, and then like most Americans, I was under the impression that when E-Verify caught you, that they would boot you. But no, it's basically, you can't work here, but it's okay if you hang out here. So 3 weeks after these guys disappear, they show up on the job again. And because
revolving
75%
door.
of my guys couldn't speak English, I had to have an interpreter with me. And I asked them, what's going on here? And so we ask them, and they'd say, well, we thought since they caught us, we'd take a couple of weeks off, and then we just went out and bought another Social Security card and a new ID, and it'll take another 3 months before they catch us. So these illegals had a better life than I did.
Hey, Lee. Good to see you, buddy.
Take 2 weeks off, whereas if I busted my ass for 52 weeks, I might be able to take 2 weeks. And so that was one of the narratives that got me, that the media and the government kept spouting at the time, which was, they're only coming and taking jobs Americans won't do. And
yeah, I get tired of that excuse.
My whole life, except for my one stint in the 82nd, and this after 2008, when everything collapsed. I went from making $85,000 a year to $12,000 a year overnight, and so basically I sold my house.
Dangerous Freedom, good to see you, buddy. Welcome.
Harley Davidson school.
Just doing a little screen sharing since it's the only way I can share this event.
PRK, but I couldn't afford to go back there. If you don't know what the PRK is, that's the People's Republic of
California. Okay, PRK.
And, so I couldn't afford to go back there, so I decided to stay. And I had a Harley Davidson shop at my house. I worked on bikes. I owned 3 Harleys. I had the 3-bedroom, 2-bath swimming pool. I had the American dream. And overnight it went away. And so I decided to see if the second narrative that was being fed to me and everybody else, which was, don't worry, it's safe and secure. So I came down here, you're kidding me. And basically,
blackout.
That was it. I sold everything and moved down here.
Thank you, Lee. Appreciate that.
2 months I lived in my pickup truck. I would go out in the daytime, up the mountains, GPS trails, water drops, and then at night I would go back and lock myself in the truck with the AR in between the seat, a shotgun on the other side, and a pistol on the seat next to me. And so I would only...
Sounds like a regular trip to Walmart to me.
I would only do it during the daytime. But, so that's what started it, and then it's even since then. You know, you saw a clip from Cartel Land, which is on Netflix. There
I'll
was
get
a
it.
clip from there, and then there was also, I'm surprised, he picked out whoever did the picking of the clips. That was Vice Media that was out with us, and that's why when he goes, "What? I got
Yeah, I got my
sympathy or."
little sick 45 from the doc
Tried to
today.
beat him to the punch on all
He's healed up quite a bit.
questions, 'cause I knew he wanted
Doing
to
real
try
good
to
now.
spin
So
everything I said.
I was really glad to get it back.
He's supposedly a comedian in London, but he's not very funny. But here's some when you come out here, what you'll see. Arizona has 390 miles of border.
Wow.
19 miles is media fence. That's the 12 to 16 foot high steel ballard.
Yeah, I don't like Walmart either.
330
Unfortunately, in my small town, they killed off all the local businesses, so that's pretty much all that's left. So we really have no choice.
There's nothing. And where I'm at, there's 6 miles of fence, like earlier, the lady from Atomic News said over by Sassabee. But now they're getting pounded hard because the Mexican military used to be in the town of Sassabee on the south side, but they bumped and moved a little bit east, so now the people are walking around the military and then they're walking around the fence. And over in that area, which is about 20 miles west of me, where I used to live, before I got booted out for stopping too much meth from coming across, Border Patrol is averaging just in that little 6 mile section, pretty much on either end of the
And
fence.
the dangerous freedom, I was getting pull the trigger type of thing and you hear a thump, and that was it. So I took it to the doc. I had some surgery done to it. It cranks wide open now.
All of Border Patrol's resources for that area, and guess what they don't get? All the dope coming through. So
Hold the dope. Hold the dope.
Where we're at is also a good spot because we're right on, it's called the seam, and the seam between Tucson Station and Nogales Station. So it's the furthest points out from either one of them, and a lot of times there's nobody out there but us. And there's no cell reception, there's no, radios don't work for beans out there because the mountains are so high. It's a challenge every time we go out there.
Like I said, they're going to have that satellite link, which is about 10 grand. So it's going to be a very expensive venture.
No. It's a half truth, just like everything else they say. 90% of what gets caught is coming through the ports of entry. Because when you have 3.5 million vehicles coming through 12 ports of entry that funnels them in and they can't go anywhere, you've got x-ray machines, you've got dogs, you're going to bust everything. 30% of everything in the country comes through an 80-mile stretch of the border. We're sitting right in the middle of 80 miles. Patrol's estimates on drugs in this area that they catch, 15%. People, 30%. This is the preferred area to come through. This is...
Well, back to the glitching. Somebody doesn't like that conversation.
Where people come through if they don't want to get caught. We get
Look at that buffering. They don't like that conversation being talked about.
13 up.
Well, this glitch isn't me. I'm hanging in there though. They're going to try to buffer out because of the conversation say they're going to do every this information, and
The average in this area.
we got to keep fighting it. Look at that. It was doing just fine. Now it's all burnout because they're talking about don't want to get that. Fascinating. Been smoothly all day. They start talking about the dirty bits at the border, and then all of a sudden we got a little ring swinging in the middle.
A dozen or so every week in this area that have been deported multiple times with criminal records in the United States and Mexico. And the vast majority of those are for sexual crimes, rapes and child molestations. But you get your occasional murderers and, for lack of better words, this is a shitbag corridor.
Right. How many, how often are you guys coming across people that just didn't make it? You know, they've already passed, or the bones, or whatever.
Usually what happens because now a lot of them can't afford the price that the cartel's charging for a coyote. So they make them carry dope in their pack. So that's how they do it. But if the coyote feels like the net's closing in on him, he'll bail out and just abandon everybody. And so we get a lot of people that basically just walk into the camp, or if we're driving down the road, they're just standing there because it was like, what was it, April, I had to come into town because we were out for 7 days. I had to come into town to bring some media in to get internet service so we could file a report with the paper. Out, I ran into the trifecta. We ran smack dab into a Guatemalan, a Honduran, and El Salvadorian. And they all spoke perfect English. And so we were heading into the mountains, so we were going south. And they're going, hey, give us a ride. You guys speak good English. And they go, yeah.
Coyote.
No, never. It's like, okay. But I said, they asked where the humanitarian aid station was. Ben Berkowitz was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, Benny, it has been.
And it's a little. And I said, I don't know if I could do that. And I go, well, which way is Aravaca? And I pointed south, and they're going, oh, okay. And I was going, you guys don't know how to judge a direction by the sun rising and which way you were walking? But that's how confusing these mountains are out here. You can get turned around in a heartbeat. I do a lot of search and rescue for finding my guys, especially the new ones. The new ones that come out, it's like, dude, I don't know.
Always keep a compass in your pocket if you're going to go out on a trail.
Turn your strobe on, and I'll come find you at night. Because it's easier to find the strobe at night. But these guys, I told them I needed to. I said, all right, I'll give you a ride. So they jumped in the back of the truck, and I said, I need to go to the top of the mountain because I know I have cell reception there, and I'll call the humanitarians to let them know you're coming. They go, okay, cool. So I drive to the top of the road, and that's when I got out of the truck. That's when they saw the sidearm on me, and that's when they saw Rocco, my pit bull, get out of the truck. And they were like looking at me like, this might not have been the best truck in the world to get into. And so I pretended to be calling
That's awesome.
humanitarians when I called Border Patrol, and the look on their faces when Border Patrol showed up was just priceless. And, so have a nice day. Goodbye. Have fun. We'll see you next time around. And, but it's you know, it's crazy. It's like I'm living in two different universes.
Yep.
When I'm down here, all that stuff up in the city and beyond this does not even exist to me. And then when I get up into the city, it's such organized chaos that this doesn't exist down here.
Yeah,
So I can see
I think
why
he could probably
and how
enjoy
people
a
are,
whole night of conversation. I bet we could.
just can't pay attention because they're bombarded with so much shit day in and day out that they can't keep track of anything. And besides that, most people have the attention span of a gnat.
I'm sorry, what was he talking about again?
Unless you live
Just kidding.
in a border town or somewhere that's directly impacted by these borders, which is the vast majority of Americans, they just don't care, it seems like, about what's going on.
People better start caring because the numbers are getting insane.
Distract them every 5 seconds away from what's really happening.
According to a government census, we're somewhere around 22.1 million illegal immigrants that are in the country, according to government records, a government-run census.
And so people are living their lives vicariously through Facebook and YouTube and
$7 away from 13,500 folks. Numbers are ticking up. They're getting there.
They post that stuff. But what I see in this country is people won't do anything unless they feel that it's directly affecting them. But they do not realize it.
Yeah, that number was based on government agencies having to divulge their information reluctantly when President Trump ordered everybody to turn in their population records since they're fighting this census on the citizenship on the census. So they did it their own way. And that may not be an actual number, but that's as best they can do with the government records based on illegals asking for public assistance and stuff like that.
Everybody's all up his ass. And it's like to build the border wall. That was approved in 2005 under George Bush Jr. by Congress.
Yeah, where did that money go?
So they approved building the wall back in 2005. They just never appropriated the money. And so here you are, almost 15 years later, and this guy goes, wait a second, you've already approved it, so let's get the money to it. And now they're going, oh my God, he's stealing money from the military, and he's a smart man. Because, Doug, you know, at the end of the fiscal year in the military, how much shit can we blow up so we can get the same amount next year? Or
Yeah,
how much shit
we need to get rid of this.
So
We got to get the same budget next year and make that plane disappear.
Right. So he's using that money that was going to be tossed anyway and using it in a constructive manner instead of, because when I was in there, we'd go in there,
Welcome. Good to see you.
And I was like, well, but we can see the border. It's easy. I mean, look we have 3 agencies, DHS, ICE, and CBP, which is tasked with securing the country. Those 3 agencies,
Not to mention the citizenry,
have a combined budget of $51.1 billion with over 300,000 employees. Now, why can you not secure a 2,000-mile long border?
Good to see you too,
Because
Patriot.
you don't want to. You
Bunch
put
of
the military
damn good patriots hanging out. This is an awesome gathering. It just shows how unified we really are.
I want to say something, Tim. I posed a question to my audience. This is going back to something you said a few minutes ago. I said, and this is in a video I did, I said, can anybody look at any person they know and not find drugs affecting them in either their lives or their family members' lives or their friends? Somewhere, everybody's been tainted by the drug epidemic in our country. I know all kinds of people in my life that are strung out or were strung out. And that touches I think drugs affects every American citizen in some capacity.
Either directly or indirectly, he's absolutely right.
And they sit there and they look at their monthly budget and everything's okay for them. But listen, if drugs are strong,
Benny, I agree with that.
Drugs are in every city, every county, every town, no matter how big or how small, where the hell is it all coming from? We got a big problem here that 75% of America is ignoring.
The fentanyl can be made into powder form and sprayed out of an airplane and kill an entire population in a city.
Or until their job is impacted, they just don't seem to care.
No, and
But
see,
they're still being affected.
here's something that a lot of people don't know, is that Mexico is now the third largest grower of opium on the planet.
I did not know that.
They're number 3 behind Afghanistan, the Golden Triangle, and then Mexico. Last year, Mexico grew 75,000 acres of opium. They're about ready to turn to be number 2. And
Sounds like somebody needs a grass fire.
You know, we can go around the planet on the other, halfway around the freaking world, because it's in our national security interest. But why can't we go?
Liberty Smith, good evening. Great to see you. Welcome.
Because if you ask me, the cartels are the Western Hemisphere's version of ISIS.
Absolutely.
They
Yeah,
chop
I agree.
people to pieces. They're brutal. They need to be wiped off the face of the freaking planet.
Yep.
And I'm sure I'll get some more threats after that one.
What are they going to do? A keyboard warrior going to pop a caps lock in his ass or something?
Operations. Central and South America. And
He's got a sidearm and a pit bull. I think he'll be okay for a while.
Taking out the drugs, you know, and helping. We were using our helicopters to fly them in to do their missions, to go take down marijuana fields and all that stuff, and even go after some of the drug cartel members. And now that shit's dried up. Like, there's no money being put towards that anymore.
Nope.
There's a little bit of it still happening.
History Bee. Welcome. Thanks for coming by.
It's all part of the plan. It's the
Exactly.
dividing. It's the dividing and the conquering. Because if you can get people hooked on heroin, then guess what? Then that's
You
one
control
class
them
of
for the
people you
rest of
really
their
don't have
lives.
to worry about standing up and fighting or anything else or raising their voice because they're so busy looking for the next high.
That's it.
Plus, last year, 70,000 people died of heroin and fentanyl overdoses. So you're killing off a shitload of people.
Oh, shucks, History Bee. Don't make me blush in front of everybody.
And then
Well, I got the screen over me, so you can't see me blush, so I guess it's okay.
A felony of some kind, somewhere or another. Then they get locked up. You got a felony, guess what? Your gun rights go away and your voting rights go away. So this is all part of that whole grand scheme of basically a soft coup.
Yep. He said
That's
it.
what we're seeing in this country right now is a soft coup. Or an
Yeah,
attempt.
It's becoming a hard coup. They're not hiding it anymore.
Six could have handled this decades ago. We send them in there, surgical strikes, and take these people out one after another, and we would have been done with it. But they're not trying to stop anything.
Too much money in it.
Too much money. I mean, the human smuggling coming across the border 2 years ago was worth $9 to $10 billion a year. The drug smuggling was 40 to 50 billion. So you're looking at 50 to 60 billion dollar industry. You don't think that buys a lot of politicians?
Oh, I bet it
One of
does.
the most crooked ones right down here in Congressional District 3, Raul Grijalda. We affectionately call him the cartel's congressman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Probably, if they're not bought off,
They need to be dragged out of their offices. Citizens arrest.
We're gonna do this, or we're just going to take out your entire family. You choose. You know.
His nephew got busted for human and drug smuggling and only did 18 months.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
you tell me. And when you go back to the war on drugs,
Dangerous freedom?
government puts
Yes, sir.
that catchphrase, the war on drugs, the war on terror. All that means in political terms is there's no objective, there's no end game.
Yeah, History Bee. I got to watch your segment this morning. I went ahead and backed it up and enjoyed listening to you and History Bee, so that was cool.
Can we get rich by throwing this money?
Yeah, it's like the war on terror. It's just it's an enemy you can't identify, you can't single out, you can't name. It's an enemy that's everywhere at all times. It's an enemy that's never going to go away. war on drugs. How stupid is that? Even the concept of the war on drugs.
Well, we just hit the
It's like
50-year
the war
mark
on
on that.
AR-15s.
Yeah. Well, we hit the 50-year mark on the war on drugs.
See how well that's going, don't you?
Yeah, it's
In the 2
expanding.
years you've been doing this, Tim, have you seen any improvement at all?
Negative. It's getting worse.
Wow.
Last summer, 3 miles directly east from my house, we were getting ready to go out for a week, and we were going to head that way because I knew that's where the good shit was happening. So we were going to go over there and plug the hole and start, kicking them in the balls. But the morning we were going out, 4:30 in the morning, the helicopter started coming in. I was going, well, this ain't normal. And there was an agent that was shot 4 times. He was going down a trail at 4:30 in the morning, and he said somebody popped out of a bush. He turned and put his hand up. The guy shot him through his hand, and then shot him again in his chest, but he was wearing his plate. He went down, he walked up, shot him again in his back, but his back leg caught it, and then he shot him once in his knee. And I had 6 weeks prior, I had, it's on our YouTube channel, I had 6 Mexican cartel on horseback in broad daylight with AK-47s escorting a Syrian to the border. And that's why
History being you are absolutely
I was in
correct.
DC,
It's disgusting too.
because I was going to the Pentagon to talk to them because I gave
I
them
don't
a copy of the
need
video.
to be controlled.
And the guy I talked to in the
They need
Pentagon,
to
won't
pick up
name
our
names,
garbage
but
twice a week
we know what's
and,
going on with the border, but we think you're
take care of our military. The rest of it, we can take care of ourselves, I'm pretty sure.
I'm there 24/7. But I tried to give Border Patrol this video for 6 weeks, going, look, this is it's getting worse.
Yeah, and Liberty Smith, they've kicked God out of everything. And if you have no God, you have no reason to justify being a good person, good
they told all
humanity.
their guys not to go south of this one road because there's guys down there with guns. So that's how Border Patrol handled it. And then 6 weeks later,
You're right,
north
Benny.
of that road that they weren't supposed to go past is where the agent got shot. And that's when they asked me, hey, we hear you have videos of guys with guns. I go, yep. They go, we're wondering if we could look at them. I go, what for? They go, we want to see if the guy's on there with the guns. I just go, what guy? You don't have a gun. I said,
If there's a
so
foreign national in this country and they are armed up, then
typical.
as a citizen militia,
Sorry to say,
we should
I
be able to
love to
eliminate
use
that
guys
threat
right here in
without
Congress,
consequence.
but they're reactive and not proactive. And that's what we try to do. We're proactive. We go out because, in the military terms, couple of the ways you judge you're winning the war is you occupy the territory and you occupy the high ground.
Yep.
Border Patrol doesn't do either of those. The cartel, I have 75 cartel scout locations GPSed in my area. I know because I chased them off of almost every single one of those mountains. And right now I've got 4 to 5 of them that can see my house because I've gone up on those ones and looked back with binoculars and go, holy crap, there's my Jeep.
Wow.
That's not good.
This
I don't think
is
it's Border Patrol agents. It's above the
No, it's
way
not.
above them. That's holding them back.
Oh yeah. See, what it is because if it's not secure, then the bureaucrats that are sitting high and fat and comfy behind a desk can sit there and go, oh my gosh, we need more money, we need more people, we need to grow here. Instead of streamlining it and pushing them. It's like the Tucson station that patrols. Tucson station has 300 agents tasked with securing 20 miles of border, and they can't stop it.
Wow.
I go out there with 18 guys, and I have supervisors coming into our fob saying, it's amazing what you can do with 18 guys in 3 days that we can't do with 300 in a month. I said, because you're doing it wrong.
It's the bureaucracy holding them back.
That is, they're a union. So the union makes the workplace safety rules, and everything pretty much is unfrickin' safe. So
Dangerous freedom if they are armed up
and the
and
Tucson guys,
they are foreign nationals. I agree with that
their
100%.
station is 85
Otherwise,
miles from the border.
Detention and immediate deportation, I would believe,
So
would be
they're
a more
traveling
appropriate one.
2+ hours each way. I can secure this border with the amount of money they spend on fuel, tires, and vehicle maintenance.
You are absolutely right. He's a wealth of knowledge because he's been down there a long time.
Just red tape and shit all rolled into one.
Oh yeah, yep.
Thrown it.
Yep.
You know, and I mean, I was only down. You know, when I went to Brownsville and did our little report down there, you know, we were only there for like 4 days, and I walked away from there going, "Holy shit! This is just what I saw in Brownsville. What's happening the other 2,000 miles?"
Oh yeah.
You know, it kind of got the border thing kicked off to go. We see it, but you know, Tim, the other thing that we're up against right now, there, and I don't know if it's people with their hands out or people that are being paid or what's happening here, but we've got a lot of people that don't want us doing this border trip, that are saying, stay away from that border. And that just, you know, makes people like me and you and Joe run towards the fire. If you're telling me I can't see,
well, it definitely doesn't work, Dangerous Freedom, but
I want to see.
I would catch them at the border and turn them right back around. If they have to walk back through the desert, that's what they have to do. But if they're armed up, I think that there should be rules of engagement, just like you would be in the military, because that's a foreign national intending harm on you in your own country.
Texas versus Arizona. Arizona, 85% of the borderlands is public lands, so they can't stop us from going there.
Yep.
85% of Texas is private land. And under Texas law, if you want to do something, you have to reside at that residence. So people got scared about having their property taken away if some Yahoo got all freaked out and shot somebody or clubbed them or whatnot. So that is why they don't want anybody on their
Thank you to Conservative Freedom. Appreciate that.
Because they were threatened by politicians and, you know. So, but that's the beauty of Arizona. They can't stop us.
Colleen, thanks you for swinging by. Appreciate you.
And our gun laws are better than Texas.
I know our gun laws.
12B Georgia, welcome. I hope you're being pleasantly offended today. There's been a lot of good material to get offended over, so I hope you're meeting your quota.
Can you go in your bank with it?
Still. What's that?
Can you go in the bank with it?
I have. But I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. But yeah, I have, and nobody said anything.
That's because it's
all
concealed.
All the state buildings here, they have gun lockers, so you can walk into the state building and then put your firearm in the locker, and they give you take the key, and then when you're done with your business in the state building, you can come back, get your gun, and walk out. Everybody's happy, hunky-dory.
That's the way it should be nationwide.
It's another reason not to go back to the PRK.
What's your taxes like?
Yeah, rush for those lockers.
Taxes are reasonable. I mean, gas right now is $2.50 a gallon, and then
Yeah, we're at $2.48 in the Panhandle of
10
Florida.
acres with a mobile on it, and taxes are about $1,100 a year.
Wow.
Well, it's even more expensive here for
taxes
taxes.
down there where I'm looking at the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, no, I can't do that. It's Arizona. My wife and I keep saying, we got to have some place where it's tropical water and white sand.
Thank you, Colleen. Appreciate that.
Retirement coming up, and Pensacola Beach is what it's looking like right now.
Hey, I live there.
Every time I've been to Arizona, I've loved Arizona.
No,
You know, I mean,
less than 30 minutes from Pensacola
many
Beach.
times, and to the boneyard down there to bring aircraft.
$2.59 a gallon there. Yeah.
Museum and Phoenix. And when I was
Yeah,
stationed in
California. God help you guys.
Arizona was just a click away. So,
Yep.
great people and great times. But it wasn't the same time when I was down there. It wasn't the same, experiencing what's happening today. It wasn't, or at least it probably was, but it wasn't. The media didn't have the story the way it's out and then being spun by two complete different parties.
295. Yeah, that's getting up there
Do you know
too.
that I got a bolo a month or so ago from some alphabet.
History B, you are absolutely correct.
They're going,
It's
"Watch out,
amazing the
dude.
information that's been able to come out in the last 24 hours. Just astonishing.
So Antifa
Oklahoma,
is
233. You're less than us right now.
Water out, carrying AKs.
Wow.
And I was going, why are you carrying AKs? if it's
Colleen, that's a good thing.
secure and these
Exercise
people are
is
so
good.
And everything. And they said, we think it's because of you guys. And it's like, well, good. Because I started doing some research and looked at them, and they had top of the line Condor everything. And so I was just like, okay, that looks pretty impressive.
We've got to find that damn money trail.
Yes.
Somebody's got to find that money trail and stop that shit.
We know where it ends.
That group
Nancy Pelosi.
should be labeled as a domestic terrorist organization. They're not, and the funding's coming from somewhere. But you can't have.
Yeah, the mods have been doing an incredible job.
Kids out of school and out of work.
DM has been running loops. I swear she cloned herself for this event.
And conduct so much hatred and chaos towards innocent people.
Well, it's like down here, the so-called humanitarians. I have over 200 water drops GPS down here in the mountains. And recently, the majority of the water drops are 26 gallons apiece, plus a food bucket with various granola bars and bullshit, and 2 to 4 cases of beans. So when you've got 200 water drops times 26, that's a lot of freaking water and a lot of beans and a lot of granola bars. Somebody's paying for something, and I think the higher ups in these humanitarian organizations are.
Yeah, she's probably got a whole room full of equipment.
You look and then you go, well, why did you put water here and not over here? Because it all looks the same.
That's a good idea, Rebel Jack.
Put it there. And
I'm gonna look into that.
What we're seeing a lot of now is the water drops.
Maybe we can send it to you, History B. She's not over here, so I can tell you real quick. I'll go ahead and I'll look into that, and if I can get something made up, I'll send it to you. And during your DMB report, you guys can do a box opening.
Show where the water drops are.
See what I can find anyway.
And if they're getting the maps in Mexico, then hey. So we figured out that the
DM is triplets. I would actually believe that.
Basically, like relief valve trails off of the main.
Yeah, I got a trophy place in town, so let me look into that. That would be really cool. She deserves something like that. She does just an incredible job.
They still didn't get lost, but then they knew exactly where the next water drop was.
Wow.
And a lot of the people were.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, History B, in order for me to mail it to you, you'd have to go to my email underneath one of my videos and send me an address, and then we'd be able to mail that to her discreetly, or mail it to you, and then you could send it to her after the opening or something like that, the presentation on the air, and then you could send it to her. I don't think she's lurking. I'm watching her over here in American Joe's chat. She's pretty busy.
So where did you get the pack from? The guy goes, oh, we found it out in the desert. It's like, oh, give me a break. A brand new pack like that. I said, you guys normally carry camouflage backpacks. And
we are at 13. Looks like 13. 13,588. So we were $12 away from 13,600.
Sticks out. So
we're coming up on the final hour. We got an hour and looks like 12 minutes. Okay, cool, History B. We'll do this. I think we'll get drugs through. I think it'll be a hoot.
That's another one that they like to spin is like, Border Patrol's forcing all these illegals up into the mountains, so that's why we're seeing so many.
Yeah, she's
people
busy over there in
die.
American Joe's chat, so
Well,
I think we're safe.
in the 10 years I've
We
been
won't talk
down
about
here,
it anymore. Just
GPS
email me and
water
give me the
drops
address and we'll take care of it.
the 6 mile wide valley where all the family units are now starting to come around. In 26 miles, there's only 3 water drops from north to south. But you get into the mountains, and I have over 200.
It is climbing, Colleen.
Every-
Absolutely.
Shit, some
When
trails
Joy
are
Vila
every
came
half
on,
mile.
she was ticking it up there, so that was
They're
pretty cool.
telling them, come over here and you get food and water, and you don't want to go on the flat ground because it's too easy to get caught.
I'll be there.
But they'll spin it to make it look like Border Patrol's the bad guy.
Of
Which is
course.
typical.
So wait, Tim, this is Dustin. So they're doing the water drops from the U.S. side or from the Mexico side?
I'm sorry about that volume. His mic is so hot. It's a firecracker. Oh, did it freeze up?
From the U.S. side, there's a couple different ones. There's one called No More Deaths. There's the people helping people in the border zone. There's
Yeah, Joy was fun. She had a good interview.
A bunch of old white people with white guilt. They come down, and it's like those ones are easy to find because they're only usually about 10 yards off the road because there's no freaking hole that they can't walk in the trail that far. So there.
Now I know you're busy doing what you're doing, but do you know if
Oh my
there's anyone
God.
else?
Sorry about that.
Okay, see you later.
All right, see you later.
The SBI, the Secure Border Initiative. Now, the Secure Border Initiative down here, the virtual fence, is a series of 12 fixed towers, 80 feet tall. Each one of those towers ran us $90 million a piece.
Wow.
They have radar on them. They got the awesome FLIR cameras that'll see freaking 16 miles and can pick a gnat flying across the fence and shit like that. But they're all in the wrong spots. I've had a camera on one trail for over 2 years, less than a quarter of a mile from this one of the cameras, and lowballing everything I've seen on this camera. I put that trail value at about $1 million to $1.5 million a week.
Wow.
And it walks right by the camera because the camera can't see it because they put it on one of the lower mountains and there's 3 mountains around it that block its view from everywhere else. Yet when less than a quarter mile behind it, there's another hill they could have put it on that was 800 feet taller. But you ask them why, and they're going, because it was easy.
Well, and you know what, Tim? Something that you brought up to me on the phone, and I'm not sure because I'm doing 100 things while I'm listening to you. If you brought it up on here, and I used to have all the United States Code memorized in the area of immigration. But one of the things you said to me on the phone was they could stop the government could. Between DHS, what did you say? DHS, Border Patrol, and ICE, they have a $58 billion a year budget with 300,000 bureaucrats working for them. They could secure the border if they wanted to. And one of the things they could do is start actually arresting those quote-unquote humanitarians under aiding and abetting. And if you look right here, I pulled this all up the other day. I used to have it memorized, but, Title 8 USC, go to subsection 1324A 1A 4. That's encouraging and inducing. There's all types of penalties for that. You have harboring, you have conspiracy along with aiding and abetting. Our government could be using all of this current law to arrest not only sanctuary city mayors, but all of these people who are helping, aiding and abetting illegal aliens.
See, now you're sounding like a racist, damn it.
Real text message. You're going to want him to go after Hillary Clinton because you put an email server in her basement?
No, but I'm not arresting.
Oh man, that's just incredibly
I wasn't
loud.
talking about arresting the illegals. I was talking about arresting those old white guilt people you talked about.
Yeah, sorry about that. His mic is just hot as a firecracker.
Those guys were awesome. But they only had 5 agents. They tried to cover 2.5 million acres. And so they rarely had taken out here. But when they did, they'd call us and say, hey, where are you guys at? Blah, 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 blah. And they, being like, they have X amount of hours in a month. And they can use them any which way they want. So if they would find out we were out in the mountains for 7 days, they go, cool, we're going to come over there and we're going to hang out with you for 7 days so that we can combine and kick some butt. So they used to arrest, or they arrested and ticketed him for littering within the national forest. And that's $1,000 fine and could be penalized by, 6 months in jail or whatnot, or a year in jail. But when they went to
Okay, Dangerous Freedom. I need to run errands. All right, brother. Take care. Be careful out there.
Basically now saves
Appreciate you coming by for sure.
because we've been told that we can possibly be charged with kidnapping, even though they're entering the country illegally, even though they're coming in with dope on their back.
Yeah, these laws are ridiculous.
If you stop their forward progress from point A to point B and detain them without their consent, that is technically kidnapping. So what we have done, since they don't do anything about humanitarian aid,
It's a good idea to be that way, Dangerous Freedom.
Those little 12 or 16 ounce bottles of water, and if you run into them, it's like, here's a bottle of water and a granola bar. Ta-da, we just saved your life.
I'm a white-killed humanitarian too.
Wow.
Rescue. But this is something. I mean, if people want to know that, I'm more of a numbers guy. So earlier today, we confirmed with Jessica Vaughn, who I've done for 12 years with Center for Immigration Studies. So there's roughly 7,000 interior ICE agents in our country. Only 7,000. Now, if you take we've been hearing the number 11 million illegals in the interior since the days of Reagan. Some people say 40. I'll go in the middle and say 20. If you have 20 million illegals here in the country, this is even
22.1 million according to the government census.
7,000 ICE agents. They each be responsible for.
Yeah, the laws are designed to protect criminals, especially capital criminals and elected officials.
Any arrests when you were a cop, Doug?
I did because I was super.
Sorry about this volume. I got to keep his down a little bit because Dustin he's making my ears rattle. No, the scroll button doesn't work. I have to go to the image and crank the volume up and then come back over.
In 5 states. So that's an average of 1,000 convicted illegal murderers in each state. But the PRK, the People's Republic of California, tops the list at 2,400.
That's just insane.
Yeah. And between 2011 and 2017, these are the last numbers I got. In Texas,
Conservative Patriot, you are correct, but we have to get the right people elected in there that will do something.
Criminal illegals committed 600,000 crimes, including 1,200 homicides and 69,000 assaults and 6,200 rapes.
And that's only the ones we know about.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But what's going to happen is the cops are going to quit. And then what are they going to do? It's going to end up being vigilante justice. People will just not put up with it.
For a better life coming across. You know, they spin everything. Everything is a half truth.
The cops getting busted for doing their job is just insane.
So, you know, I had to do a lot of digging so that when I do talk, I don't just pull numbers out of my keister. And
I'm looking forward.
Yeah, we don't need any keister numbers.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we can't thank you enough for joining us for this, and also you know, when we get down your way, you know, welcome us to spread your word and let
You're right, Colleen.
everybody know.
When they can't follow the law, there is no law. And then it becomes the law of the people.
We don't know how it's going to be received at the higher levels up in Washington, but we're rolling with this.
Yeah, Benny, that was interesting
And,
stuff.
You know, they're going to have to physically do something to stop it. And I don't think that's going to happen with us doing live streaming as well as we go along the border doing our mission. But we can't thank you enough for not only, you know, being a part of helping us with what we're doing, partnering with us for this, but also what you've been doing, brother. You know, you impressed me very, very much way before I met you. And then when I met you and everything I've learned about you and Arizona border recon, everybody needs to understand what's happening down there and go and support you.
This 24-hour live stream has helped a lot of that. Amazing information has come out.
We'll be able to shine a bigger spotlight on it to, you know, show the American people what a lot of the upper.
You're right, Benny. It's all for the criminals.
Doesn't want them to see and know. And we all have the same patriot values of, you know,
When the good people are no longer protected because the criminals are constantly being released, the good people end up becoming criminals protecting themselves, and it's just really bass backwards.
And without securing borders is no different than, you know, why have locks on your doors of your house?
I agree, Colleen. I don't know why it hasn't been stopped already. It's absolutely unconstitutional, and there's no excuse for it.
We've got to have the security. And
the people themselves could drag their elected officials out of their offices, but they have too many cops in their pocket. I mean, the reality is the crooked cops that protect the crooked politicians should be removed from their offices as well. But the people have to do it together. It can't be one or two people walk in there and say, oh, this is what I want.
What really pisses me off about politicians is they want to help these people that we don't even know who the hell they are. Yet within this country, we have 50,000 homeless veterans.
Yeah, Oklahoma could go full Wild West.
2,000.
Yeah, this panhandle of Florida would be that way pretty quick too. We got a lot of rednecks, a lot of pickup trucks, and a lot of guns.
We don't even take care of our own people. Look at Los Angeles getting ready to have the bubonic plague.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for 24 hours, Tim, exactly.
Yeah, you're right, Liberty Smith. It's been done in the past, and history repeats itself if it doesn't change.
What color is the moon on their planet?
It's almost as if they're actually not from.
Yeah, Republicans are intimidated because the Democrats own all the media and all the tech outlets. So they're afraid to do anything because they'll be destroyed with slander or have fake crimes put against them. You know, they're basically get destroyed, and everybody around them gets destroyed because that's how the Democrats work.
All right, so thanks so much, brother. Appreciate you, man.
You bet. Hey, well, you guys won't have to worry, you know, but you got that extra meat on you for the wintertime. January.
I think that's a nice way of saying, are you guys a little overweight?
20s at night, low and mid-high teens at night, and maybe in the 30s and 40s in the day.
Ooh.
I freeze my ass off out there in the wintertime.
I'd be out there for shirts off and shit. We'd be like grizzly bears, you know, rolling around with freaking snow.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Well, we will see you in January, and we are shopping around right now to some producers our next documentary, and that takes off from cartel land. And then if people want to see what we see, we post videos up on our YouTube channel, Arizona Border Recon. You can see the orange cartel, you can see the dope mules, you can see the water drops, you can see everything.
Wow.
And,
Do you mind if I put some of those clips in some videos, Tim, or what? Some video?
no, feel free to use anything.
Sweet.
All right, wonderful. Have a great night, Tim. God bless you. Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you very much, gentlemen, for the honor to talk.
Thank you.
All right, folks. While we're waiting for the promo to run through, just wanted to take a minute and thank you guys for all hanging out with me. We are down to the final hour in this marathon. We are at 13,000. I think I saw the last one at 588. So the numbers are moving up. The goal was 20,000 for this event. We've gotten awfully close. We got an hour to make a sprint to the end. A couple of dollars from every channel's subscribers, and they would bury that 20 grand, I think, because there's an awful lot of us out here that are participating in this thing. 13,588, I think. But anyhow, so this is it's been amazing. It's been some incredible information that's come out, and I'm glad to have been a part of it. I definitely would have liked to have had the opportunity to stream the whole 24 hours, but my channel has the amazing record of being the most glitchy on YouTube, and for that reason, it's the only channel out of almost 60 channels that is not wanting to broadcast from the host stream company that they got. It's truly fascinating. I feel like I'm really special. Liberty Smith says, I don't know what they're doing. They're totally freaked out. It's like when Jesus cast Legion into the pigs. Yeah, there's some shock factor in there, and that's kind of cool because, sometimes you need to give them a good slap and then turn the other cheek and slap that one too. Yeah, the people on Twitter, on Trump's Twitter, yeah. And the interesting thing is, Twitter is not our enemy. Not our friend. They are an enemy of the people. And they make sure that the negative comments against Trump are put right up at the top. And if there are positive comments for President Trump, they get booted all the way down in the feed. So at some point, these tech companies have to be corrected. And maybe arresting some board members and some CEOs might slap a little taste of reality into them. But right now, they're still protected by the liberals, and there are still activist judges that are doing their thing, that they stop everything that Trump tries to do, and they protect all of their cronies. So until that changes, he's just got to keep focused, keep getting the new judges in there, and just keep trying to make the change. Excuse me twice. I guess I'm allergic to the liberals or something. I keep making myself sneeze thinking about them. Yeah, 12B Georgia, I've been lurking on page after page pretty much the whole time, except for a couple of times I had to run out into town. But yeah, I've been participating in it. This is the last gas, the last hour, and I wanted to make sure that since I wasn't part of the 24-hour casting, I wanted to definitely drive home the last 2 hours. Thank you, History B. I appreciate that. I wanted to be a part of the grand finale, the finishing of this thing, because it's been quite, and all you guys rock. I mean, the patriots that are in our universe and surrounding us are just incredible. Willman 757, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, right. Liberty Smith, appreciate that. Yeah, they're allergic to trolls. Yeah, so, but no, I don't get trolls very much. I mean, I think I've had one in the entire time I've been doing this, and I believe it was DM that squashed them like a bug before they even got going good. But I have had some thumbs down, which I feel pretty proud of. For a long time, I didn't think I was worth a negative comment or a thumbs down because, I guess my content was too friendly or something. But I felt like I accomplished something when I got my first thumbs down. It's kind of like graduating. You feel like you have finally made it. We are 1 minute and 10 seconds away from capping off the final hour, starting it up and winding it down. It'll be quite an interesting hour. A lot of prizes will be awarded. A lot of good stuff I think is going to happen in here. You're a sensitive troll type. Well, all I can do for you, 12B, is just hope that I can offend you to the utmost of my ability, because that's my goal in life. If you need to be offended, I want to be the one to serve that. And as long as I can do that, I've completed my existence, and I can die a happy person. You put all your content on Parler? Yeah, I put some of mine on Parler. I put a lot of my videos, all of them except for my last two, I guess. This one and the one before that are on my BitChute, but I have to download them to my computer before I can transfer them over, since I'm using StreamYard. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are cranking up the final 24-hour mark, 27-hour, but bordercommand.com.
Oh my God!
Oh, he's got to come off of that mic a little bit.
I saw Doug.
I don't know how to balance that because his mic's just so hot.
This idea wasn't even fully put together. We were just tossing around some ideas, and about 3 weeks ago, this idea of a telethon came up.
Yeah, Colleen, I agree.
Dustin Gold busted his ass, man, for 3 weeks to make this thing happen. He got his hands on VMix. He learned it and mastered it. Put all of this together.
Yeah, he's an amazing producer, but he is definitely loud. What are we at? 698. 13,698, folks. Almost at $13,700 made in this marathon event.
Probably 30 hours. Hours to shut eye last night, so I'm fresh. I'm ready to rock and roll. I say we go another 24. But thank you, Dustin. I put a lot of notes.
I am under Disabled Vet's perspective in Parler.
All refresh and come back together to the table.
I try to use the same title so that it's easier to find me. I've got the link underneath on my about section. I believe it's in there. It's underneath most of my recent videos. When I joined Parler, I started putting it under there.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't believe in you two guys and this project.
No more cake.
This is a dream to go
Good
down
Lord,
there and do
12D.
this, to, be able
What did I do to deserve that? All I'm doing is offering to offend you as much as possible. I mean, no cake, that's harsh.
Now we are lucky that the technology, is available at a reasonable cost. I mean, if you tried to do this 5 years ago, you'd have to raise $5 million. With something like this, it's very reasonable. And I've always said with these kind of projects,
Okay, cool.
You have to take them to the people.
Glad you found me.
And find out if the people want them. If the people want to see these kind of projects happen, then they will get behind it. And if they don't, they won't. And some of that I talked about with Mike Brown earlier, one of our sponsors with raindroptext.com. So one of the things is we build that text list with you guys. We are going to be able to push out.
Everybody needs them.
On the border, do you want to see us go to AOC's district? Would you want to see us go to the
Somebody
county?
on the switcher
You guys immediately
to drop
be
the
able to
mids a
say,
little
hey,
bit.
This is where we want you to go. And if you're the guy that's putting the money behind this and funding these operations and funding the ability for us to build a technology
Yeah, I like Parler too. Good information comes out of there.
To be able to get there and broadcast from, then you should be able to interact with us and be able to say, hey, this is what we want to see. So that's where we're moving forward with all this. And this is where we need to get to the border tour, and we need to be able to take that into 2020 and be able to do.
I hope that these gentlemen take the opportunity to use the rest of us patriots that have joined them in this event in the future for helping to make this thing happen. And I'm pretty sure the group of us would be willing to jump in and do what needed to be done. I know I would. So I hope they keep us in mind if they need to get information out or broadcast or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, Liberty Smith, I think so too. But also they got to tally up their PayPal and their what do you call that? You get in the chat the thing that YouTube takes 30% of, but anyway, they get those too. So they got to tally all that stuff up, and that'll add to their total. Plus, they got Dustin got a letter with cash in it, so that will go in the pot too.
We spent a little bit of money on the simulcast platform that allowed us to connect all of the channels who agreed to broadcast the show, and that whole concept is going to turn into something bigger as well, where we're able to share each other's content when we're doing important events. But I saw
see, there's the answer. It will be used for cross sharing. That's cool.
There's some things that we could tweak that would have allowed us to get more viewers across all those channels. So that's a lot of stuff we can go over on Friday, and then this is we're going to share all this stuff with you guys as we go along. I mean,
next time we do a group casting, though, I definitely got to figure out what the problem is with my channel connecting.
You know, we would keep you updated on the emails about what we were doing, where your money was going.
Yeah, he is very loud.
And that's what I think we do with this as well. We let you.
Right now I've got the volume cut by 2/3. So when Douglas Ducote and American Joe start speaking, it's going to be very low.
But I think overall you should have an understanding of what's going into this. I think it's pretty cool. If you donated, you should be part of this whole thing.
Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. It's about, this whole thing is for you, the American patriot.
And for that, we thank you, Mr. Douglas Ducote. Thank you very much.
But sadly,
cool. Conservative Patriot. I'll be looking for that, and I'll grab you back.
Americans that don't want this because they want open borders.
Yeah, I think as people see these streams, if they click on them, maybe find their favorite YouTuber and listen to their segment, I think they'll get some more funds added to it too.
So it's for the American patriots, those of you that believe in what we believe in, which is the core values of America.
Lisa Elliott, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you visiting.
What our brothers and sisters in the military and law enforcement fought and died for all these years. It's fundamental things.
Unfortunately, it's not my volume. I can't control his volume. I wish it was on my end because then I could balance it out. But the producer's volume is just hot as a firecracker.
2020 and beyond, it's for you, the American people. It's to expose corruption. It's to expose politicians that are not doing what we sent them to Washington, D.C. to do. It's to bring to you what the media won't bring to you, even though they claim to be on your side.
Media is the enemy of the people. What they're doing is sedition and is criminal.
They all have their form of corruption.
State-run propaganda. Half state. Democrat-run propaganda.
That actually care about what we tell you and show you and bring to you. When Joe and I do our YouTube videos, we do our homework and we put factual information out there. And I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times, and people have actually held me to it. If I make a mistake and I put something out there that's not 100% correct, call me out on it. And if you can prove it, I'll be the first person to come back and do a video or mention it in the next video that I made a mistake. And I've done.
I agree with that 100%. That's what I try to do here.
because I
If I misspeak, you're going to hear from me again, and I'm going to correct it.
I took somebody's word for something.
Nope, I always research.
It's all about, for us, it's about our oath. It's about the oath we took to serve this country. The oath that doesn't expire.
Amen.
It's about our children, our grandchildren, the future of this country. Because it's under attack right this freaking moment.
Wow,
More so
woman.
than ever
Suspended for
in
turning over an illegal alien.
We're under attack.
You know what? God bless them, though.
An ideology.
It's about time. You know, police are going to have to do civil disobedience, too, if we're ever going to get a grip on this.
Combat that, and the best way to do it is to expose it. So,
Well, thank you, Lisa, for coming by. I do appreciate you.
All of this team.
God bless you.
Team Cody, Joe, Marilyn, Little Chrissy, Dustin. You guys have helped build something that is just absolutely wonderful. And we all have the same goal, which is to make this country great and to help make it greater. And it's not about, some people say, oh, well, the MAGA hat thing.
Made them too small.
Make America great. Why
I don't need to take up that much space.
Women couldn't vote. No, hell no. Make America great.
Maybe I could put my finger up in Douglas's ear.
We believed in our forefathers. When we were, when the
can't reach him.
came on, your kids came home. Okay? Kids respected law enforcement, looked up to members of the military and our veterans.
Yeah, it is for the future for our children. Absolutely, Liberty Smith.
Law enforcement weren't hunted.
Civil disobedience towards unconstitutional laws is the answer to changing this system that they're trying to put into place.
What God intended, and what the forefathers intended, and not letting anybody take that away from us. Freedom is not free. It never has been. It never will be. So
God bless Douglas Ducote. Absolutely.
That's been a part of this. All those that donated to this. All those that that follow me and follow Joe and support us in what we're doing. Good gosh, we can't thank you enough for all I've got to do.
Wow. See, corruption with a badge is more dangerous than many other forms of corruption.
Look through some of my emails.
Disabled Vets Perspective is my name on Parler.
Bring a tear to my freaking eye because it shows me that we're doing something that's right, and we're doing something that's helping you guys, the American people, the people that we served our country for.
Just use a capital letter on disabled and V and vets, and then lowercase on perspective. I change them up like that because it allows them to be easier to find, unique.
And working for all of you guys to be a part of it. Our sponsors, oh my gosh, Dustin, you put all that together. You got all these folks to come on board with us and help us. And all the people that volunteered to be a part of the show, our guests.
We have a chance to cap this thing off at $14,000, folks. It's getting up there. We still got 40 minutes left. It's just ticking on up. I hope they will do a video and announce their total tally after all this, after they get all the pots put together and counted. Because I'd like to know how close we came to the goal.
For taking the time to be a part of this and allowing us to, through your network and your platforms, share what we plan to do and continue to do to help make America great again.
Oh yeah, and you've got to see, there's a number of those guys that want to get involved.
Standing ovation.
Experience and other things and some long-term projects. Paul Bazard and Raindrop Tech, some other companies, Mike at the Patriot Hour. So we're gonna have a lot of meetings over the next week.
Yeah, I agree, Liberty Smith. I think it's gonna click on up there when they get the tallies all figured out.
YouTube, where we can still stay on YouTube, because I stay
The conservative P, okay.
until you're gone. But we want to have the next place we're all gonna be, where that's our home. Now the tech giants can always destroy that too. But you know what? You're setting up another base, and that's where we have to go with this stuff. So we want to get into the raffle prizes, and let's get into that now. And I don't even know. I think she's gone. But I was going to say, but Chrissy, thank you very much. She did all of those intro videos.
Yeah, Chrissy's awesome.
And we kept adding guests, and they kept getting dumped more and more on her. She wrote all those little introductions I read. Was able to put that together between her Rolodex of people she knew, Doug's and Joe's and mine. We were able to book all those guests. Joe, thank God, has been networking with all of the YouTubers for the last 6 months. So
Joe rocks.
Fingertips. I have my old Rolodex of the Olga Vaughns and Professor Nicks and stuff like that. And I want to thank my friend Maria Albanese, who got us a few guests as well. So this is the beginning of hopefully something big, and hopefully I look at it as the beginning of building a veteran-led investigative journalism arm. I think if
that would be awesome.
That long term, that we go out on special missions for the people. Eventually, my ultimate goal, you guys may be dead by then, but I want to open the CIA, but it's called the Citizen Intelligence Agency, where we spy on the government.
Oh, put me down for that.
On the politicians and then blackmail them out of office. So you're like, all you have to do is leave. Well, again, I don't know if it's lucrative, because I wouldn't take a payout from a politician not to expose them. The people would have to fund it. So I don't know if it's lucrative. It all depends if the people decide they want to start funding citizen journalism, independent journalism, alternative media, rather than
journalism is almost dead right now. If it wasn't for us conservatives getting out here and exposing stuff, there wouldn't be anything left of it. It would be a part of history.
All right, well, just so everybody knows, I'm sure you've probably read the different levels. So anyone who automatically qualified into any of the top tier levels, where your name is going to be printed on the official shirt, or your name's going to be...
Welcome back, Benny. Man, I missed you.
We're going to be going through all that, pulling that data out. Probably over the weekend I'll have time to do a database, so all that stuff will be taken care of, and we'll be tracking that as we go along over the next few months. And then we had, in the $50 bracket, we had a Glock 48 handgun from SecurityAllStar.com. That was Brad Stats who came on. We have, in the $20 bracket, we had Gun Owners of America Lifetime Membership Raffle. And that was with
that would be something that I would enjoy.
In the $10 bracket, we had one case of 24 limited edition Trump 2020 firearm guards, and that was with George and his daughter Kelly Jorgensen, that came on from firearmguards.com.
Colleen, I agree, we were. But they have to respect the people that they serve as well, too. And, you know, I'm hearing so much about these...
Now, Joe, I don't know
these
if we fully... There's two
corrupt with a badge is what's basically happening. And that's what needs to be put to a stop, just like everything else in the corrupt government.
Well, what if we randomize this and John Smith wins?
I can be John Smith.
So either I could say, either we could give the name, or when I pull the raffle right now, we announce the winners, I have their email, and I can should I just email them? Just say you got to respond to us within 7 days?
Yeah, you have 7 days to respond to the email from Dustin to claim your prize. If after that time you do not respond, your prize will be given to a runner-up. You have 7 days from today, which will be next Thursday or next Wednesday at this time.
All right, so the runner-up is Doug, Joe, Doug. All right, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Let me just,
And no family members, no nepotism, and no third cousins of American joking.
Yeah, bar hopping without the drinks.
To be honest,
Pepsi all around.
And the 5 monitors that are all around here. This is how I keep notes, not even on my iPhone. I use a pad.
Wow,
right, here we
so
go.
primitive.
So we'll draw the $10 first.
This is one 24-pack case of firearm guard.
Yeah, the Trump 2020 limited edition firearm guards. Here we go. From firearmguards.com. Hang on 1 second. It's just converting into the randomizer.
Open it up for this.
All right. And the winner on that is going to be Troy Cardoza.
Yay, Troy Cardoza.
The winner of Firearm Guard. Where is the drum roll? We don't have a big
Woo! FirearmGuard.com.
Oh. Yep. That was loud.
All right, hold on. I'm writing down your email right here.
It's just TROYCRADOZA.
Yeah.
Is the winner.
And he actually donated on
Yeah,
September
coffee bar
27th,
hopping.
29th.
There you go. That'd be an idea.
Yes.
We got it. We will email him right
Troy
after.
Cardoza is the winner of the Firearm Guard case. You got 7 days, Troy, to respond to collect your prize. 7 days.
Yeah, we'll send you an email from Team OBC at bordercommand.com. All right, and then the second prize, which is the lifetime membership to Gun Owners of America. Now, do you know if that lifetime membership comes with their actual lifetime membership package, which comes with one of those cool hats you have on?
Of course.
Wonderful.
Wow.
See that? You get the hat. That's more valuable than the lifetime membership. That is a cool hat right there. All right, here we go.
Drum roll.
All right, and that is Mark Sebi.
Mark Sebi, yay! Lifetime membership. Gun Owners of America. You rock.
Woo!
Mark Sebi or Sevby? How do you say that?
S-E-B as in boy, B as in boy, Y.
Sebi. Mark Sebi. Winner.
Of the lifetime membership to the GOA, Mark Sebi. I don't think either one of those names ring a bell to me, except for Troy Cardoza might ring a bell. I don't remember a Mark Sebi. But I do have a Mark S that I see on my channel all the time. That might be him. That'd be cool. I see him all the time, and that's Mark S.
All right, and now for the
Yeah, Wilman, that's true.
.com Glock 48. Glock 48.
Oh boy.
And that is Jane Bowman.
Jane Bowman, yay! Glock 48.
Jane.
Armed and dangerous.
J-A-N-E. Jane.
Jane
B-O-W-M-A-N.
Awesome.
Jane Bowman.
Grand prize winner.
Winner. Ding, 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 ding.
Very cool.
Congrats, Jane, from B. Neal. B. Neal, you know, I also want to thank B. Neal. I think B. Neal was with us the whole 27 and a half hours. Is B. Neal just some box? No, I swear.
Oh, Billy Neal, man, rocks. He's awesome.
I believe B has been in here and maybe bouncing back and forth in your chat pretty close to the whole 27 and a half hours that we were actually live.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a freedom is not free is also. I think we just lost our live stream.
Did we?
No.
Yep, it went offline.
Nope,
No.
still on.
And now it's back. That was weird.
It did that,
You've seen her in the chat, Liberty Smith.
Like, going on and on. Well, anyway, congratulations.
Is my moderator who was with
Colleen, that's a good thing. In the little town I live in, we got a pretty good one too. I worry about some of the big cities and stuff with their corruption just runs so deep. Wilman?
Really?
Yeah, there was like 37 YouTube channels. There was something like, I think it was about 25 Facebook accounts. You know, the scary part is this week the trend, Doug, was, remember how you said last week you couldn't post like pictures and videos or something on your Facebook? That was the trend this week. Every one of these guys was like, oh yeah, I'm not allowed to actually post anything on my Facebook page this week. So apparently Facebook was attacking everyone this week. A lot of these guys with big YouTube
Yeah, my wife got it posted,
all
so
have strikes.
it got out
A lot of
to
them
at least
attack
4,000 that way.
But like Mike of Patriot Hour, he had a strike. He couldn't stream on his big channel. A lot of people have given up.
Yeah, Colleen, that's
But,
that's the way it should be.
Like Mike Moore from True Pundit.
That's when you know you're surrounded by good people.
240,000, periscoping in on
I don't
Twitter
fear
for
the
us,
small towns and the little,
we
you
just
know,
have to,
counties
come
and
back
stuff,
and
but
figure out
it's the big cities that are the problem.
Go 24 hours is you go live once you get that notification, and then the notifications aren't coming out anymore towards the end. There's got to be something we could.
We have 25 minutes left of this incredible marathon, folks. We are at, let's see, 13,007, what is that? $13,793, not including the other tallies that have to be totaled, but this is a visible number from direct donations to Fundly. Speakeasy, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Investigation. We'll hang out at the end for an extra 25 minutes.
So what do we have November 15th and 16th? Is that locked in? Is that locked in or not? Or am I steps ahead?
For what we were talking about doing another one of these. Well, I think let's regroup.
Yeah, don't talk business with no sleep.
Friday. I think everybody should take a little.
Saturday. It has to be Saturday.
All right, Saturday. Let's regroup on Saturday in our team and then talk about some of the things we saw and how we could make the production everything goes smoother, be better for everybody. I think we could do some pretty awesome stuff, and I actually have some ideas doing some segments on your stuff, Doug, and maybe creating a little show with some of these guests each week, like a mini OBC report. Maybe if
that would be awesome.
Brandon or any of those guys that we talked to go down to the border and want to stream in, maybe we do something with them. I don't know. They're all interested.
You're right, Speakeasy. I keep saying that we've lost our first without a word, but we won't lose our second without a war.
The ability to do this tech. There's only one other person using this software. It's Mike at the Patriot Hour. And he's been texting me all show going,
Wilman, he was probably threatened.
I need to hook up with you this weekend.
Or his family was threatened. The Democrats are not beyond that. These psycho liberals, they don't mind because they don't have any value in life, so it means nothing to them.
Do it.
Okay, so, Joe, you lead us in prayer. Since I'm going to close my eyes for the prayer, I need to be in this position just in case. Go ahead.
It is not acceptable, sir. That is not acceptable.
Yeah, Liberty Smith, all we can do is tell them. It's just like my family members. I try to tell them, but they think I'm nuts.
Don't worry about that chat room. There we'll get back from prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this broadcast. It was a short planned one in 3 weeks, but I think it went pretty well. And we thank you for being here with us, Father, making that connection solid, making everything go off without too many problems at all, really. And we're just thankful. We want to ask for your protection, Father, as we go forward with this mission. We want to ask for protection for everybody involved, all the family members, and everybody, all the crew that are going down to the border. Guide us and protect us. If you want us down there, Father, which I believe you want us there because we're going to be the truth, we want you there, and we want to know where you want us and how you want us there, Father. So just guide us and protect us the entire way. Continue to be with our military servicemen and women, our first responders, our police, our fire rescue, and of course, our president and our leadership of this country. Be with them all. Protect them, Father. Be with them. I pray that this country gets turned around and it comes back towards you instead of further and further away. Thank you to all the patriots out there who are watching this now and who are watching this in the replay. I pray that you are with them wherever they are and that their needs are met, whatever those needs may be. Thank you for everything. It's in Jesus Christ's mighty name that I say this prayer. Our King of Kings, our Lord of Lords, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Thank you, brother. It was wonderful.
Yeah, Colleen, I don't know. There's some certain areas that they seem to pretty much go to.
OBC. Thank you for all the people that donated. Thank you to all our great guests, all our great simulcast partners, and all our great sponsors, and to Doug and Joe and Marilyn, and Chrissy and Maria, and everybody who helped put this together. You guys are amazing. Have a great evening.
Yeah, I don't stop warning them either. They get tired of hearing from me. But this is it, folks. That's the end of the broadcast. That is the incredible thing of 27 and a half hours, 27 hours and 15 minutes of an incredible marathon with looked like a total tally of $13,980 with other money to be counted from Snapchat and or whatever they call that, whatever the money that comes up in the chat that some people were donating, but also they had a PayPal account, and Dustin himself was able to receive money in an envelope. So it'll be interesting to hear the whole tally, but it's been an incredible 24 hours. I hope they keep us all in mind and we get to do these events in the future until this thing can get kicked off and they can be returned home safely. And, all we can do is pray for them and hope everything works out, support them in any way we can. And I plan on doing that myself. So with that being said, y'all are amazing. Appreciate you coming by to hang out with me for the last 2 hours of this marathon. And until next time, I will be on tomorrow night. I will be doing some political chat. I don't have a guest lined up yet, so it'll be as surprising for me as it will for you folks. And, we'll have some fun. But anyway, we'll be doing a Inside Veterans Affairs Sunday with Belinda, and back on regular schedule for the Real Weird News on Tuesday night. And I hope you guys come by and see us. Anyway, until next time, y'all. You know how I end every broadcast and every video I've ever done. Y'all stay in the fight.